There's Rivian's for sale, smart nickel decisions, the Defense Production Act getting invoked, and Full Self-Driver Beta rolls to Canada. Whether it's concert tickets, a PlayStation, or, as it appears, electric vehicles, scalpers will always be out to make a buck or two off somebody else's back. According to Autotempest.com, there is currently a 2022 Rivian R1T Launch Edition that's for sale in Chino, California. With just 500 miles on the odometer, the seller is asking for offers over $140,000. And although we don't know the exact sticker price of the vehicle, and regardless of the ethics behind the move, it's safe to assume there's a tidy profit to be made. Now, unlike the scalpers, Rivian is not likely to make a profit anytime soon. Having lost $6 billion so far, an SEC filing declares they expect losses to persist as they continue to refine and expand their consumer and commercial businesses. They stated, "We do not expect to be profitable for the foreseeable future as we invest in our business, build capacity, and ramp up operations. And we cannot assure you that we will ever achieve or be able to maintain profitability in the future." Similar to early Tesla, who allegedly came within days of having to shutter its manufacturing, EV startups tend to hemorrhage money whilst building out tooling and streamlining production. One valuable asset Rivian has is an investment from Amazon. In order to build out its delivery fleet, Amazon has ordered 100,000 electric delivery vehicles, and deliveries actually began in late 2021. Rivian are expected to ramp production to 100% of their capacity by the end of 2023, but still profitability is not expected at that point. Whilst eyes have been on the bonkers rollercoaster that is nickel pricing and how that will affect EV supply chains and costs, Tesla have been going about things kind of differently. Back at Battery Day in 2020, Elon Musk promised giant contracts to companies that could extract nickel in an environmentally sensitive manner. In early March, trading of nickel was actually suspended on the London Metal Exchange after hockey sticking to about 250% of its normal trading range, and that came after sanctions were applied to Russia. Tesla's agreements with Vale will see nickel mined from Brazil, Canada, and Indonesia, as well as subcontractors from a number of other countries. As great as this deal is for Tesla, to me it makes the justification for 2 price hikes in a week for the Model Y and Model 3, as nickel is spiking, harder to stomach. It's like when oil spikes and airlines raise fees or add a fuel surcharge, even though they are heavily hedged on fuel at much lower costs. It always feels like an opportunistic cash grab. President Biden has announced he will authorize the use of the 1950 Defense Production Act to boost domestic mining and refinement of materials, key to achieving a clean power grid by 2035 and growing electric vehicle adoption within the United States. The invoking of the DPA prioritizes lithium and nickel, both used in EV batteries and extensively in the power grid, and forces companies to prioritize extraction of these materials through federal contracts. Due to the ongoing conflict between Russia and Ukraine, the supply of nickel is stretched. Russia alone counts for 20% of the world's supply of high-quality nickel production, and as a result, the current administration is attempting to secure the domestic supply chain. There are concerns about the increase in domestic mining operations, and several calls to update the mining regulations that go all the way back to the 1800s. There's a lot of politics to unpack here, and frankly, I have no intention of doing so. The long and short of it is, this could, should, or might make nickel supplies more freely available with less price volatility. This action was part of a larger move by the Biden administration to try and help control domestic energy prices. One thing is certain. The last 2 years have really revealed how dependent the US and Europe are on other countries and how vital the supply chains and good international relationships are to maintain and improve the current standards of living for everyone. Tesla Full Self-Driving Beta has finally begun its international rollout. Unsurprisingly, Canada is the first international destination for FSD Beta, but the autonomous adventure has some restrictions. Tesla's full self-driving allows cars to drive with an advanced driver aid dubbed autopilot. This is currently available for driving on controlled access highways or interstates and motorways for normal folk. It provides smart lane changes and navigate on autopilot feature that allows you to automatically take intersections on a road trip, and also smart summon to bring the car to you in a parking lot. The full self-driving Beta adds the ability to drive in both rural and urban areas without having to rely on LiDAR sensors. And it very much is a beta version, meaning that it is going to make mistakes, have issues, and identify edge cases that programmers either haven't perfected or haven't considered yet. This leads us to one of the caveats on the release to our friends in the cold white north. Tesla has activated a geofence around downtown Toronto. But why, you ask? Well, Elon Musk tweeted that it's simply because autopilot doesn't understand streetcars yet, and rather than have a PR storm about a Model Y wrapped around a tram, Elon and his team decided to simply disable the system within certain bounds, which seems fair. Each and every time there is an incident whilst using full self-driving, it makes international headlines, so I understand from both a safety and a commercial reasoning why they've had to add a geofence. If you are in Canada and have full self-driving, keep an eye on your safety score. Initial rollouts are to those with a solid 100 rating, but will begin to appear for those recklessly at 99 at some time in the future. Tesla are keeping a close eye on all the reported events and disengagements in order to improve FSD Beta via their regular over-the-air updates. If you'd like to add full self-drive in Canada, it should appear as an in-app purchase available for 10,600 Canadian dollars, which is equivalent to about 8,500 US dollars. There's all of that news, and we're just a few days until Giga Austin's official opening party. I'm looking forward to seeing all the news and rumors that comes out of that, plus all the fun that Tesla's Owners Club members and VIPs get to experience at the new factory. It's a very exciting time to be into electric vehicles, and we'll be back soon with a video about Tesla's pricing nightmare and where to go from here. If you've made it this far into the video, thank you so much. Please consider subscribing and dropping a like on the video, and I will catch you in the next one.